Alright, a man who stands for nothing falls for everything. And you see this so prevalent in today's society, and I see it in myself actually. See, I've never had a firm moral belief which has caused me to let my emotions drive, right? Imagine you're in a car, and instead of people, your emotions are driving. So you can feel happy, sad, greed, all of it. And let's say greed is driving in the driver's seat, and the passenger seat is, let's say, greed and jealousy. If you're letting these things drive you, and you're sitting in the trunk of the car, like the real moral self is sitting in the trunk of the car, you're gonna let it drive for however long, and it's gonna be a point where you're trying to get to the destination, but this greed or power is taking you so far off the beaten track that it's too late. And it's only too late when you die, realistically. But you could still get further along if you stand for something. See, I always liked someone like, people made fun of the emo kids and stuff. People made fun of the people were nerdy, but I actually like those people because they're willing to stand their ground and be who they want to be regardless of what the crowd is telling them, right? And I always disliked the cool guy, or myself actually, just because I would move with the wind. Like, people don't like that, okay, let me try something else. People don't like that, kind of like a class clown in a sense. And it's really been prevalent in the last couple of years as I was building my businesses. Now it's the moral issue where I don't have a core belief in standing, even though I say I do. My actions do not speak that, right? And it's important and very important for that you don't let your emotions drive, and you have a strong moral belief. It doesn't have to be the best belief, but any sort of belief is better than no belief, because you just become flimsy with no backbone, right? And you'll fall for everything that comes in front of you, whether it's a small test or like a small, oh, let's just go out and have a drink, or let's go out and have a party, let's go out and do whatever, such and such, right? It doesn't matter what it is. And it's very, very, very important for me to stay grounded in my beliefs. First, understand what the hell my beliefs are. Second of all, follow it. It's simple, but it's obviously not easy. And if you never actually had a belief or a support system as you're growing up, and you never stuck with it, building it in your late 20s or mid 20s is it's going to be a lot harder, but it's better than having none, right? So stop talking about the plan and actually do the plan. Stop talking about it to other people and releasing this dopamine of you actually finishing it when you actually have even started. Stop saying that you're going to be the best when you have, like, literally far, far off from being the best. And just compete with yourself and stay grounded. Now, a lot of people, when they get money, they lose their moral belief, and then after, when they lose everything, they become pious. And I believe that is the hardest decision to do, is to stick with something even when the odds get better for you or worse. It's kind of staying the same. It's kind of like stoicism, but in a sense, you can appreciate the things that you work hard for, but in your moral compass, in your moral lens. And your moral lens is what started everything. It's kind of hard to just follow the crowd always. It's hard to just feel what's going on, especially nowadays with like poly market and like prediction markets, mass gambling, all the vices being pushed to your face, and expectation on women, expectation on men. It's all a roller coaster of desires, and if you don't have that moral compass, you will fall for everything. And even if you win a little bit, you will eventually lose because you have no moral compass. And losing is not money determined, but losing is lying to yourself. That is losing. Sticking with saying that you're okay with something even though you're really not okay with it, or saying that you're not okay with something even though you're okay with it. It's having that firm belief, having that backbone. And that quote from Malcolm X actually put it into piece. And like every day I kind of repeat it, even though I do flip flop, and I'm trying to play both sides. I'm on a fence, and the reason why I'm not where I want to be, and the reason why I haven't achieved already what I wanted to achieve, is just because that simple reason is that my moral compass was not there. I did not go with the moral compass. I went with the crowd. I went with the wind. And I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's a lot harder as the older you get, because you start to realize, man, I could have just done this simply before. So have a moral compass in a society where it's kind of hard to have a moral compass. And to even make your own moral compass, it comes from various amounts of things. It could come from religion, it could come from your self-discipline, it can come from whatever, but it can't come from yourself. It has to be bigger than you. And in a sense, you have to have some sort of, it has to be able to push you towards doing good things rather than bad, of course. I believe that's what's morally correct, right? And we can get into a whole religious debate or not. I don't really care about that. I'm here to talk to myself, to talk to you, to talk to myself, if that kind of makes sense. Anyways, so I'm gonna cut it short right now. I did not record yesterday because whatever excuse. So hopefully you're having a good night or day, whatever time you're looking at this. And yeah. And also, actually, if you guys are watching this, and if you watch like any of my videos, comment something that you guys want me to talk about, or anything really. What's up? Where you from? You know, trying to get to know people out here, even though it's probably like 1 or 2 people watching. If you are watching, I love you. Not like that, but I love you. Kinda, maybe, I don't know. Just say hello, okay? I don't bite. Only on Tuesdays. Anyways, bye.